Well, hey there. How's it going? Didn't think I'd actually get to make a video because, well, things have been very busy, to put it mildly. Welcome to Geeks First, and on today's quick little video, I'm late to the party, but, yeah, looks like Flesh and Blood has a new set. That's pretty cool. All that and more, right now. Hey, welcome back. So, I know this is definitely just kind of an impromptu video because the studio's torn apart, and this is, well, where some of the construction, electrical work, permits, and other things that are... Anyways, so the name of the set is Outsiders, and that is pretty sweet. According to Flesh and Blood, the Fab TCG Twitter, which now I'm out of focus again because apparently this camera doesn't work well when it's connected to the not ATEM system. So Flesh and Blood delves into the pits, which I've been always excited to try to go there, and metrics as well. I know they're linked. It says a sprawling web of underground caverns and canals, all home to a manner of backstabbing and skullduggery. I would not have said that right 2 days ago, but looks like the set's coming out March 24th, 2023, and pre-releases are going to be worldwide March 17th to March 20th. Should probably be holding this up here because it doesn't look as good. I don't even have a green screen. This is literally just raw because that's where we're at now. But I'm excited. It looks like, you know, there has been 265 retweets as of, let's see here, today is the 6th of December, and about 700 people have liked that post on Twitter. So that's awesome. So that means that there's a lot of people that are excited for this. A lot of people are starting to talk about the different hype. You know, I'm not sure where the set's going to go overall. I think it's going to be one of those sets where I'm going to try not to speculate on too much stuff, but at the same time, I'm actually really excited for several reasons. And that reason is that I have a feeling that based on the lore, and I will try to go into this again once the studio gets back up and going more here, but there's a section in Flesh and Blood's web pages where there is, you can go in and look at each individual kind of section, and there's like these kind of gangs and different tribes and I guess maybe outlaw groups that exist within Flesh and Blood. And with the advent of, I guess, Flesh and Blood taking in, as an example, Dynasty and giving you a piece of equipment that allows you to now add, in this case, an attribute. So in that case, you can add Royal. It would be interesting if maybe there was a class, a new class, an existing class, Mechanologist, Pyromancer, you know, Undead. I don't know if we're going to get Cleric in this one, maybe Merchant or whatever, but those pieces of equipment, maybe they're generic, but then they give the ability to have like an extended card pool. The problem with it being generic, as an example, is I think that would open it up to too many different classes and cause some weird ideas or edge cases, so I'm not sure that they'll go down that route. But even if you were to pick, like, let's say a new class, like, I don't know, like, you know, Outlander or whatever, or, you know, maybe if they dual class it, but the equipment says that if, you know, if this is equipped to an Outlander, you gain the talent, you know, and then whatever the name of that particular sub talent class would be, or I wish I had it in front of me. You know what? I'm going to pause right here.
A few moments later.
All right, and we're back. So I loaded it up on my phone because that's the best way to talk about this. So there's Skullduggery, which is, I don't, they say that, I'm not going to elaborate on that one. I don't really know much about it. So you have smugglers, mercenaries, assassins, information traders, apothecaries, and then it goes into the gang. So the gang section, which is a major header underneath the pits, there was freak shows, torched, numbskulls, jawbreakers, and blockheads. So there's 5. Now, I remember in Magic terms, or back in some of the Magic sets, there were some type of, I guess, sub-classes or genres within the 5-color Magic that was there. But what would be neat is maybe there's a way that you could have an assassin, but then they specialize in being a blockhead, or they're an assassin that specializes in being a jawbreaker. And I think Red Zone Rogue did something where it's like there's calling cards, because I'm not as familiar with that part of the lore. But maybe there's a way to have some sort of ability to where if you compare this to like SWCCG, which is the old Star Wars Disciple card game, there were these tests called Jedi tests, and you would go through 1 through 7, and as you progressed through those tests, you would basically gain these cool abilities, and it would enable you to basically become the Jedi or become stronger. So maybe there's some aspect to that where I can see some parallelisms between a way they might try it with that, but I'm not really sure. They can honestly just completely surprise us with the whole brand new mechanic. Maybe there's a round tracker similar to like in Magic the Gathering there with the, oh god, what was that thing called? They just did it with the dungeons, and you could go through, I think it was what was the name of that set? The D&D set, where you explored dungeons, and then you like go in, and then there was like cards that had a path, and then you can go like, the easy path or the hard path, and they give you different results at the end. So maybe they do something like that, although that would kind of be weird, because I don't know if they would be in the deck and you'd have to draw to them, or they would be like something that's already existing and then you play it like from outside the game. I'm sure there's mechanics that are just going to exist, but either way, I'm very excited about this set. Like, just wrapping this video up and calling it where it is right now, as horrible as this might be, I'm making the best out of the worst, and I'm just beyond ecstatic. So what are you looking forward to? What do you hope exists in set? What do you think might be something they're going to do? If this is the beginning of the next phase, I have another video coming up shortly. Well, it's kind of already filmed, but I gotta edit it and get it out there, which is going to be hard to do at the moment. But it is going to be discussing that at this stage in Flesh and Blood. If you think about it, the 8th set was Dynasty, the 9th set is now Outsiders. So if you start to look at the number of sets released per year, which is 3 or 4 sets, you're going to have, the main set, and then you're going to have 1 or 3 main sets and a supplemental, is I think what they're trying to get to. So technically, 8 sets, which is what we have today, is 2 years worth of product. So in 2 more years, which would be year 5, I think, or 6 technically, I don't remember, when that kind of mashes out there, you will have doubled the entirety. Doubled.
Great Scott!
Like, 2 times what exists today, card pool wise, will exist in 2 years. So everything is early. And that's all I'll give away from that conversation. I have a lot of thoughts on it, and I have a lot of very interesting takes. So like, share, subscribe, hit that bell button. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate everybody here. And until next time, have fun. And don't ever fall into permit hell. It's not fun. Just don't do it.
Your captain.